Being your trusted hotels and restaurant guide means I have to answer some of the burning questions that will help you live your best hotel life. Today is the perfect episode. I've compiled a list and I'm going to go through some detailed answers. So let's get into it. I must say it's a fascinating list of some normal questions, some weird ones, some are not really that normal, but nevertheless, these are the frequently asked questions. So I've picked up some of my favorite ones and I'm going to go through all of them and give you some detailed answers to help you get to know what you need to know. So first on the list of frequently asked questions about hotels and restaurants is, do hotels spy on you? Do hotels spy on their hotel guest is the question here. From a hospitality professional over 2 decades in this business, the answer is a sharp no. Hotels do not spy on guests. It would be absurd if any hotel was doing it. Privacy is a fundamental concern in the hospitality industry. So while hotels will have security measures and you'll see cameras in the public areas, this is just for safety. They do not invade in the guest's privacy by spying on them in their rooms or in the restrooms or wherever you are supposed to enjoy privacy. It's actually quite scary that people frequently ask these questions. There must be a lot of fear or paranoia or whatever it is out there, but these are the things that you can sleep like a baby at night. They just don't happen in regulated hotels. There's laws and regulations in most places that prohibit such practices. Security, cameras, surveillance, if present, will always be limited to public areas. It's there for your safety, the hotel's safety, and its staff. Second question is, do hotels change sheets? Jeez, what do people take hotels for? I mean, of course hotels change sheets. Yes, hotels do change bed linen. This includes sheets, pillowcases, duvet covers. Obviously, between stays, so let's say you're staying for longer than one night, so some hotels will choose to do what they call top and tail and change your linen around after assessing its cleanliness and if it presents well, and change it after every 24, 48 hours. But every new customer going into a new room as a new arrival will have completely new linen. Linen gets changed from guest to guest. Cleanliness and guest comfort are top priority. So fresh linen, this is a standard practice. So the answer is yes, hotels do change bed linen for those that were concerned. Now you know, we change linen. The third question is, why do hotels have Bibles in the bedrooms? And the quick answer here is that this is a historical tradition and it was always meant as a reflection of the diverse needs and beliefs of travelers. Many hotels place Bibles in the rooms just as a courtesy to their guests. Guests are not obliged to use them or read them. But that's the short answer. So I went a little bit deeper with research because the Bible is a significant thing. It's tied to religion, one of the things that people are so sensitive about. So I wanted to know why, when, and how this tradition began. So it turns out that you can thank Gideon International. This is the group responsible for distributing Gideon's Bibles. It was only formed in the 1800s, 1899, when 2 Christian salesmen ended up sharing a hotel room. It seems that they had a bright idea while sharing this room, and they just started going around meeting with anybody that was opening hotels around town and dishing out Bibles, essentially spreading the word. I read a few articles in effort to do some research on this Bible story, and it turns out that up until 2006, there was about 95% of hotels that had Bibles in their hotel rooms. The number has since dropped to 79%, so Bibles are starting to disappear from hotel drawers, and this is according to STR, a hospitality analytics company that has obviously done some research on this matter. And what they are finding is that there is a new amenity that's overtaken Bibles, and that is, wait for it, Wi-Fi. Also, what they are saying is that millennials are not as religious as the older generations. So hotels and hotel chains across the world started ditching Bibles, presumably to market to these millennials. I don't know how true that is. I'm a millennial. I'm religious. I wouldn't mind I still don't mind a Bible by my bedside in a hotel room. I think it's a nice gesture. Yes, there could be debates on how diverse it is if you think about the many religious beliefs. And, religion is a sensitive thing. So maybe some hotels are starting to just be a bit more cautious, not to appear as veering towards one particular religion rather, or a symbol of one particular religion. So they just decided to be more on the neutral side and take it out. I don't know. But it is quite interesting. I'm actually going to do a poll attached to this episode, so look out for it and participate. I would like to know your thoughts about Bibles. What do you think about Bibles next to your bedside in your bedroom? Is it a kind gesture? Do you think it represents the global society? Does it matter? Do you understand or agree or make sense of the drop-off from 95% to 75% since 2006? Okay, from Bibles in the rooms to smoking in the rooms. The next frequently asked question is, can hotels tell if you have been smoking it up in the room? And the answer is yes, people. Hotels can detect if you have been smoking in the rooms. The smoke detectors in the rooms, and they trigger alarms, and it goes through the security control office, and there's all sorts of panic trying to respond to you and your alarm in the room in fear that there might be something that is an issue when you've just been puffing in the room. So be careful when you do this because it can incur some additional charges. There's a lot that goes into extracting the smell of the smoke in the room, and this includes extracting the smell from the curtains, the smell from the carpet, because smoke is quite pungent. It sticks to these things, and it's a process to get a room cleaned after somebody has been smoking in the room. So best thing to do is get a smoking room if a hotel has smoking rooms. Get a balcony room if a hotel has got a room with a balcony and it happens to be a non-smoking room. Trust me, you will not regret taking this piece of advice because it will see you not ending up with that unpleasant charge at the day of checkout. So before you puff, consider how you would like your bill to look like before you check out. Question number 5 is going to take us to the restaurant side of the business a little bit. And the question is, do restaurant hosts get tips? So a hostess, does she get a tip? Does he get a tip? Restaurant hosts typically do not receive tips directly because they are responsible for greeting and seating the guests. So tips usually go to the waiters that provide the actual table service. Another thing that you might have not known is that a host or a hostess will typically earn more in terms of their basic salary as opposed to a waiter. They provide a different type of function, and because they don't get the opportunity to get tips directly, they earn a little bit more. The next frequently asked question relates to pillows. The question is, why do hotel beds have so many pillows? I wonder why people are asking this, because hotel beds generally have 4 pillows. I know a lot of people in their own homes have got 8 pillows, 9 pillows, 10 pillows, including myself. Not because of me, but because of somebody else that I won't mention on this episode. People have more pillows at home. Hotels only have 4 pillows, and they are not all the same. You have 2 feather pillows and you have 2 foam pillows. They differ in size and the grammage. So you have 500 odd grams, 1,000 grams, 1,200 grams, just to offer you that option and variety to ensure that you select the one that suits your sleep style the best. Question number 8 of the frequently asked questions about hotels and restaurants has to be my personal favorite. So I am going to spend a little bit of time on this one. And the question is, why do hotels have fancy names for food menu items? So you have to imagine yourself in a fancy, top-class, upscale restaurant to begin with. And let's say you are going through the menu and you come across this dish called the pan-seared Atlantic salmon with lemon reduction. Now that's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Pun intended, by the way. Hotels use these fancy names basically to elevate your dining experience, to make you feel like you're embarking on a magical journey, culinary journey. Food is art. I said this before in a previous episode. And chefs use the menu as a blank canvas to show their creative side. Hotels want you to appreciate food as a work of art, so they give it grand titles. They embellish it a bit in a good way. It's like presenting you with a masterpiece. Elevating the ordinary to extraordinary is the objective. By giving everyday dishes fancy names, hotels will turn a simple chicken dish into chicken supreme with truffle essence. It's chicken. Suddenly you're not ordering chicken though. You're ordering a supreme experience. So there's power of suggestion. These extravagant names, they can be suggestive. Balsamic glazed Brussels sprouts sounds more enticing than just sprouts. It's like a Jedi mind trick to actually make you order your vegetables. So there's a bit of a touch of mystery these fancy names add. They add an air of mystery. When you see Venetian velvet risotto, you might wonder what actually makes it velvet. So let me try it. You're more likely to try it if it's called Venetian velvet risotto as opposed to just risotto. You also want to impress your dinner date. You want to impress yourself. Ordering from a menu with fancy names can make you feel like you're in a James Bond movie. I'll have the ocean's treasure seafood platter, please, you might say, impressing your date with your sophistication instead of, can I have the seafood platter? Can you tell the difference? There's that exclusivity factor. It's as if the chef had a secret meeting with the ingredients and they all agreed to create a masterpiece. You can't just call it pasta. It has to be house-crafted linguine with sun-drenched tomato. So these are all the language tricks and lessons that the chefs apply when it comes to dining in a hotel. You live not only with a full belly, but you also expand your vocabulary. I'll have the filet mignon. Suddenly you're multilingual. I mean, we don't go out to have chicken. Face it, we don't go out to have steak. We go out to have something that we don't normally have or enjoy or experience at home. Why would you want to go out to just have fish, chicken, steak? So this is actually something unconsciously we look forward to, we just don't realize. There's also this Instagram worthiness. Let's be honest, fancy names make for great Instagram captions these days. You want to share your lobster bisque with the world as a fancy name that just makes it pop. You don't want a bland name. So the next time you find yourself going through a hotel menu with the names that sound like they've been plucked from Shakespeare's books, remember that it's all part of a delightful, tongue-in-cheek experience of dining in style. So, bon appetit! I always have fun putting these episodes together for you, but in particular this one, because these are real questions that real people are asking, wanting answers to. So I hope I was able to answer some of the questions that you might have had, and you found this episode entertaining and a little bit insightful. As always, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep embracing the world of hospitality. Cheers for now.